the bat. Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSG81 and today I would like to do a review for this long awaited, long overdue the Batman action figures from Mafex. Yes, I know this figure has been released I think since last year. Yeah, and I've gotten him for quite some time as well, and I haven't gotten time to actually go and review this guy, and finally I think I should do it because I already done so for the SH Figuarts one. I think it's time to unpack this guy and take a look and see how it compares with the SH Figuarts. Okay, so first of all, let us take a look at the box. Very nice looking box. Just love the picture that they choose here, and from here you can clearly see the bats, which is very cool. At this side of the box you can see a very cool looking museum pose of this unmasked head of Robert Pattinson, and this other side you can see him with the black eyes. The top of the box is pretty cool. You can see this picture here. I'm not sure if this is the figure or the actual actor himself. At the bottom you can see a bunch of warning and mumbo jumbo, and the back is always my favorite. You can see all the cool poses as well as all the accessory, the heads that comes with. Wow, this is just seems like too many parts to play with, so let's get him out. And before I show you the figure, I'd like to show this very cool backdrop of the city. Very nice in red, and if you look close enough you can see that it's actually a question mark there, like some kind of scratches. Wow, this is so cool, and I believe you have seen this while unboxing just now. Yup, there is two Batman logo here. It would be much cooler if they actually make one that is the question marks from the Riddler. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I would just like to ask question of the day: if they ever make the Riddler, will you guys actually get it as well? Okay, so this is the Batman right out of the box, and oh my goodness, not in a good way. There are two things that actually caught my attention. The first one is how pale looking he is. Maybe to you guys or to many of us, this is no longer a surprise because Mafex is known to have pale skin, but this is like really bad. It's like vampire. I know Robert Pattinson is in some vampire movies. The second thing is what really worries me. Yes, his cape. Oh no, this is pleather, and as we know, it will flick over time. This is really not that good. At least the SH Figuarts is giving us some cloth material that we don't need to worry about. Okay, let's put that aside and let's take a look at the figure itself. Don't get me wrong, once again, he does looks good. When I hold this on hand, it does feel very much like the SH Figuart. Of course, there will be a comparison video coming up soon, but let's take a look at this guy. Wow, the details are pretty amazing. This is good, and even his pouches, I think it have more thing than the SH Figuarts. I could be wrong. Yeah, I remember the SH Figuarts does have quite many things as well, but this one does seems like it have a few more pouches, or maybe it's the same. I could be wrong. Again, I remember this something like a you know, I mentioned about a car running overs. Yeah, it does have the same thing, and the gold, I also remember this on the boots. Yeah, so it's very similar. And once again, this part here, I also remember it because it's kind of like, you know, hindering the articulations for the SH Figuarts. Yeah, so a lot of very similar design. Of course, both of this brand is very good in capturing attentions to details, and this one just looks very good as well. I don't remember the SH Figuarts have the yellow here. I just remember only this part here. Yep, and at the back, let's see. Yep, almost very similar. And another different thing is the SH Figuarts could remove the cape, but this one is just onto it. I think don't think you can actually remove that. And this is very nice. Once again, don't get me wrong, it's very nice right now, but after 2 to 3 years I can't guarantee anything. And you can see the cape is looking extremely good, guys. It does have the bats cuttings, not like the SH Guards is just like a plain cloth. This one is very nice. Wow, can you see the shape there? This is good. Okay, I just hope that it's able to survive over time. And now let's take a look at his face. Yep, pretty good, pretty good. You can even see his eyeball, I think. Yeah, okay, the lips are very similar to the SH Guards. It's very pale. Just hope that they could actually darken it slightly to make it more humans and not vampires. Yeah, and this one is very sharp. Don't remember if the SH Guards is the same, but this one now I feel that it's very sharp. So overall, my goodness, it just looks pretty good to me. And next we'll move on to the articulation. I'll start with the head as always, so he can look to the right once again. Like the SH Guards, when he looks to the right, his head kind of push up because of the collar, and looking to the left is the same. How about looking up? Just slightly. Looking down is much better. And for his arm, I believe he can go 360 degrees. And this part here is something different. The SH Guards one is stick to the arm, but this one you can actually bring it up. Yep, and once again you can see it's just a very tiny peg, so be very careful about it. So you can move up slightly more than 90 degrees. Butterfly joints, wow, you can actually lengthen it up. You can push back inside, you can see that. Wow, this is pretty good. Very big range of movement. And of course there's a bicep shivers right over here, pretty good. And let's see, a double joint elbow, I hope. Yes, it is. Yep, a double joint elbow. And then let's see about the hands, can move around going up and down, no problem. For his torso, it's slightly big gap. Just now I noticed. Yeah, you can actually move it very easily, but you can see there's a big hole there. Of course you can push it back down, but you can pull it up for some extra articulations. And for his waist as well, you can actually move it very tight, but you can still move it. You can hear the sound. And his belt is an entirely separate piece. Okay, so you can move around as well. So let's see how well I can bend forward. This is pretty good, okay, with the torso being pulled up. And bending backwards is also not too bad, but you will see a big gap. Okay, for his leg there's no pull down mechanism, but you can see there's a tight cuts for the shivers. And let's see how well you can kick forwards. Okay, yep, about 90 degrees there. And kicking backwards is not going to happen because of his butt cheek and all this baton on his belt, which might cause the blocking. And there's one thing I noticed that is different than SH Guards is that this belt is actually a two-piece. You can see that it's sort of like broken up. Yeah, so that it doesn't hinder the articulation like the SH Guards ones. Okay, so this one can move around quite easily. Okay, so his knee, I believe, is a double joint. Yeah, this is beautiful. Okay, and can you move around his boots? Nope. And his leg, of course you can turn it around, it's a ball joint. And there are toe hinges as well. Beautiful. And let's see if he can do a perfect split. I need to move this further so that it doesn't block it. Okay, so let's see. Moment of truth. Oh, it's very tight. Oh, I need some adjustment there. Let's see. Okay, I think this is the max that he could go. Not too bad, not too bad. Yep, this is pretty okay. At least he can move two legs and not just the left leg like the SH Guards. And yep, I would think that the articulation is not too bad. Oh, sorry, for the cape. Okay, so there is a bandy wire on the sides and not at the bottoms, and the other side as well. So let's see. The bandy wire once again is not those very thick kind, so it's not very strong, but you can see that it can hold up pretty well. Oh, sorry, there are additional two bandy wires, one over here and another one over this side. So there are 4 bandy wires all together, so you can actually move it up. And this bandy wires on the middle, I think is slightly more weaker as compared to the one on the side. Yeah, kind of feels like it's a little bit thinner as compared to the ones on the side. But you can see that it still can hold it up pretty well. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Yep, so the articulations of the cape is pretty good for bandy wires, which is, yeah, quite surprising. And next we'll move on to the accessory. I will start with the hand. So it does comes with a pair of closed fist hands that's already on the figure, a pair of relaxed hands, a pair of open palms hands, a pair of grabbing hands, a pair of gun trigger hands, another pair of gun trigger hands, but I believe this is for the weapons that is coming out from his forearms, a pair of hands to hold on to the fire baton, another pair of hands that you can use to hold on to his fire baton or his batarang as well. Lastly, this hand you can use it to hold on to his batarang or even his empty cowl. An interchangeable gun holster with the guns in it where you can interchange with the one that's already on the figure. This is the grappling guns once you took it out from the gun holster just now. Yep, and this is very cool and it's unfortunately not removable. A pair of grappling guns that come out from both of his forearm. This is the fire baton that I've been talking about, looking pretty cool. Pair of interchangeable forearms once you took out the grappling guns that I mentioned just now. And this is the batarang that he removed from his chest. And of course it just comes with an empty chest for you to interchange once you took out the batarang. And this is the empty cowl that he comes with, looking very cool. Wow, this is very nice indeed. I just love this one here. And beside this expressionless head sculpt, it just comes with one that is showing his teeth. This one, I'm not sure if he's laughing or he's being angry. Two, I must head off Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. This is when he's still looking good with his hair nicely combed, and this is once he removed his cowl. You can see the black eyes there. I love this head a lot more than this one here. Yeah, this one makes him look some kind of funny though. Or maybe some of you guys would like to make him into a suited Bruce Wayne. Yeah, you can use this head, but of course you must make sure that this black color part is actually matching to the suit that he's wearing on the normal body. And this one here can be used on the Batman. It's just looking pretty cool. So as you can see, oh my goodness, this Mafex the Batman, this comes with tons and tons of accessories. And he also comes with this very standard Mafex display stand that comes with all the Mafex so far. And next I would like to try on some of the accessory onto this guy, so let's get started. Now do click on the likes button if you enjoyed the review. And as for the size comparison, I will start off with some SH Figuarts. Most of you guys know that I don't have any SH Figuarts Batman, so I'll compare him with this Aquaman, as well as this amazing Spider-Man, one of my favorite suits. And next we'll move on to Mafex. I do have this Dark Knight Batman, as well as the Bat Flag. Okay, so this looks pretty good together. And next we'll move on to some Marvel Legends. I do have this Hugh Jackman Wolverine, as well as this Mezco Sovereign Knight Batman. Wow, okay. And lastly, let's compare with this Inat Batman, which is the Dark Knight version as well. And he's kind of smaller than him. And I forgot that I do have an SH Figuarts Batman, which is the same Batman as this guy. Yep, so you can see, wow, the scale is rather big difference here. So for my final wording, I think this Batman is a rather solid release from Mafex. I think he looks great, except for his face is slightly pale, and his articulation is pretty good, as well as he comes with tons of accessories for you to play with. So yes, I do think that this is the definite 1/12 scale of the Batman. And I strongly recommend you to get it if you're a Batman fans. So once again, I hope you enjoy my review and I'll catch you guys again in my next video. I hope you watch this video right over here.